the only type of older man we want to sleep with. Tonight, let me take you into a truth many women don't say out loud. A truth whispered in private conversations, hidden behind shy smiles, and felt deep in the body long before it's admitted in words. Because when a woman imagines being with an older man, she is not thinking about age. She is thinking about energy. A rare energy. A masculine frequency that younger men often cannot hold. This is not about numbers. It is about presence. It is about the way he makes her inhale slowly, the way he makes her feel safe enough to exhale completely. So tonight, I'll tell you the only type of older man a woman secretly dreams of sleeping with. The type she thinks about in the soft hours of the night. The type she remembers with a warm ache in her chest. The type she trusts enough to let her guard fall. Let's begin. 1. The older man who carries silence like strength. A woman is drawn to the older man who doesn't need to speak loudly to be noticed. He walks into a room, and something inside her settles. It's his silence. A silence that isn't empty. It is full. Full of experience. Full of stories. Full of things he learned the hard way. When he sits beside her, she doesn't feel the rush of a boy trying to impress. She feels the calm of a man who already knows who he is. This silence pulls her toward him, because in a world of noise, his quiet becomes erotic. The older man she desires is the one who makes her feel understood, without forcing the right words. She wants the man whose silence invites her deeper into herself. 2. The older man who teaches without controlling. A woman dreams of the older man who guides without domination. He shares what he knows, not to show power, but to open in her world. He teaches her how to slow down, how to read energy, how to move through life with more intention, how to hold herself with feminine grace. He doesn't demand she follow him. She naturally wants to. Because his leadership is not ego, it is wisdom. And women respond to wisdom the way flowers respond to sunlight. She opens. She softens. She feels safe. This is the older man she dreams of. The one who leads her deeper into herself. Not with force, but with presence. 3. The older man with a mature masculine aura. There is a type of maturity that cannot be faked. It's in the way he listens, the way he watches, the way he carries responsibility, the calmness in his eyes, the slowness in his movements. He isn't threatened by a woman's emotions. He holds them. He doesn't panic when she gets distant. He waits. He doesn't crumble when life gets hard. He anchors. A woman wants the older man who makes her feel like she can bring her storms to him. And he won't drown. His masculine energy is not intense. It is steady, like a warm room in winter. This is the only type of older man she desires. The one who makes her feel like her emotions have a home. 4. The older man who is unapologetically confident. Confidence hits differently on an older man. Not the loud kind, not the look at me kind, but the quiet confidence that comes from having lived, failed, healed, and risen. He doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He doesn't play games. He knows his worth. He knows what he brings. And she knows it too. He looks at her with eyes that say, I don't need you, but I want you. And that is what makes her melt. Because women don't want a man who is empty without them. They want a man who still chooses them even though he is whole. This is the older man she fantasizes about. The one who chooses with clarity, not desperation. 5. The older man who understands touch. A woman's body reacts differently to a mature man because he touches with intention, not rushing, not grabbing, not proving. Every movement is slow, certain, purposeful. He understands the softness behind her shoulders, the quiet places she guards, the kind of kiss that makes her knees weaken. He has learned that a woman's desire grows in the unhurried moments, in the pauses, in the spaces between breaths. Younger men chase the climax. Older men chase the connection. And connection is what awakens a woman's deepest desire. She wants the older man whose touch feels like truth, whose hands feel like they have lived enough to understand her body, without needing to be told. 6. The older man who knows when to stay and when to step back. A woman desires the man who respects her independence, yet knows exactly when to step into her world. He doesn't suffocate her with messages. He does not panic when she needs space. He doesn't test, push, or force. But when she leans in, he is there, fully, completely, undistracted. His balance is what draws her to him, because women admire the man who is strong enough to give her freedom and confident enough to handle her closeness. This emotional balance, this maturity, is magnetic. 7. The older man who makes her feel like a woman, not a girl. When she is with him, she does not feel like she needs to act cute or pretend to be less. She feels like a woman. Strong, soft, powerful, desired. She feels seen, not for her beauty, not for her youth, but for her essence. He speaks to the woman inside her, the part she rarely shows, the part that wants to be understood, not judged, cherished, not controlled. He makes her feel feminine in a way that awakens something ancient inside her, something instinctive, something sensual, something sacred. She wants the older man who ignites her womanhood. 8. The older man who creates emotional safety. A woman wants to sleep with a man she feels safe with. Not safe as in protected from danger. Safe as in, she can be herself. She can laugh too loud. She can cry unexpectedly. She can share her secrets. She can expose her insecurities. She can tell him what scares her. And he doesn't flinch. He doesn't judge. He doesn't use it against her. He holds space. He listens. He stays. Women surrender to men who create emotional safety, not by force, but by consistency. 9. The older man who lives with purpose. Purpose is a man's most powerful attraction. A man who wakes up with clarity, who moves with direction, who speaks with intention, turns on a woman in ways he will never fully understand. Because purpose is masculine. Purpose is stability. Purpose is grounding. She doesn't want a man who drifts. She wants a man who leads himself. And a man who leads himself naturally knows how to guide her without trying. This is the older man she desires, the one whose purpose aligns her into her feminine energy. 10. The older man who is not impressed by superficial beauty. Women desire the man who sees beyond the surface. A younger man gets hypnotized by beauty. An older man, he appreciates it, but he looks deeper. He notices the way she thinks, the way she expresses, the way she loves, the way she dreams, the way she holds herself when no one is watching. When she realizes he sees her soul, not just her face, that is when she feels an attraction she cannot resist. This depth, this perception, makes him irresistible. 11. The older man who doesn't rush the connection. Women fantasize about the man who brings patience into romance and slowness into intimacy. He waits. He reads her pace. He moves with her breath. He knows that emotional buildup is where desire is born. He isn't chasing the moment. He is creating it. When she's with him, she feels like time slows down, like every touch has meaning, Every kiss tells a story. Every pause is a question. And every answer is in her eyes. This slow, intentional connection is what she desires more than anything physical. 12. The older man who keeps his heart kind. At the end of everything, women are drawn to goodness, not perfection, not wealth, not age. Goodness, a kind heart in an experienced man, is the most seductive combination in the world. Because his kindness is not naive, it is chosen. Chosen after pain, chosen after heartbreak, chosen after life disappointed him. A man who stays gentle in a world that tried to harden him is rare, and rarity is irresistibly attractive. Final message. So, what is the only type of older man a woman truly wants to sleep with? The man who has lived enough to understand her and healed enough to love her. The man whose touch feels safe, whose presence feels grounding, and whose heart feels like home. This is not about age. It never was. It is about maturity, depth, wisdom, and emotional stability. A woman is not drawn to an older man because of the years he carries, but because of the masculinity he has refined. And when she feels that, when she feels him, she doesn't just want to sleep with him. She wants to trust him. She wants to choose him. She wants to surrender to the connection. Because some men don't just touch a woman's body, they touch her soul, and that stays with her forever. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective.